Hey everyone, good evening. Almost said afternoon. Sorry, but yeah, good evening. Welcome to Late Night with Cap. I have an awesome guest coming on here shortly. But again, I just want to say hello, give a little update of the channel. So yes, if you notice, I'm starting to put out little shorts as far as my design fails. So you can quickly watch the funny moments of those, and then I'm also doing the clips of the main topics. So if you missed the whole live stream and you kind of want to just watch the main discussion that we have on the channel, you can definitely check those out later. One of my fans apparently listened to some of my stuff on the way home from California, so that's cool. I never thought that someone would do that. So that's pretty cool. As you can tell, my cat did not want to move, so he's going to be on the show as well. He's back there sleeping, so he may come and say hello. And then, like I said, tonight we're going to cover, of course, bad graphic design, and we'll have a little bit of Bigfoot news. And then also, we're going to cover the main topic, like always. This story is about a politician's daughter that went lost at sea. So we'll cover that. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll bring in on my guest, and that is Jacob Ironside.
Hello. Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
That's cool. We already got R2 saying face reveal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's kind of a face reveal. It's like a
Kind of,
sketch.
yeah.
They kind of know what you look like. We kind of look alike. We got a beard and some
Kind
short
of,
hair.
kind of, yeah.
Well, so I was on your stream last night and we were talking about some of the Close Encounters of a Third Kind. So I've noticed on your channel you're starting to talk about movies, and I wanted to know, is that something that you're big into? You like enjoy watching movies and discussing them?
Yeah, yeah. I like
Okay,
I like
old
older
movies.
movies. So,
Okay. If you were to say your favorite all-time classic movie was, what would it be?
I, mm,
Put you on the spot.
there's so many,
Yeah. Yeah, but
I mean,
okay.
if you say Western,
Okay, Western. I'll
probably
say Western.
Searchers.
Okay. I've seen that one. That's a good one. I always like the Clint Eastwood's ones. Those
Yeah, the
yeah, those are always my favorite. And then I also like
spaghetti
True,
Westerns.
yeah, and I also like True Grit. That's another good one.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
original
Oh,
one, not
the
not
original.
the
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So you and then you is that I also noticed on your channel you kind of just got started, right? You kind of like me,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of just got started. So when did you start your channel?
Well, I started it like almost a year and a half ago, something like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you're
But it
pretty
didn't start till like a year ago.
okay. Yeah.
Posting stuff, and
All right. Cuz I noticed you do art streams. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, I don't know how many I'm going to do with those, but
Okay.
I'll see. I'll see what I do. What I
I
can do.
kind of I kind of enjoy those streams. Just to let you know, I watch Jinja Ninja's streams where
Yeah, yeah,
he just talks. He has some people on his panel, and then while they're talking and chatting about whatever's happening in the world, he's drawing, and
yeah,
he likes to do that kind of stuff. I think I've seen you in those chats a few times, but that's a cool way to do drawing. And of course, we have Dreamy Tabitha out there um,
yeah.
doing that sort of thing too. I just it's almost like a kind of a calm stream to watch, right? You don't have to
Yeah, it
really
is.
focus on it, but you can just kind of listen to it or kind of just watch in the background. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Abomination AJ does it too.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. So let's go ahead and say hi to some people. They're already saying hello to you. So we got R2 saying howdy.
Howdy.
Um, hope you're feeling feeling better, buddy, because he's been really under the weather.
Oh yeah.
We had to cancel our entire Monday stream last Monday. So hopefully he'll be
Oh,
back next Monday. And we can review Harry and the Hendersons with
oh, that'll be fun.
Nicole. Yeah. And then we got Vanquish. Good to see you, man.
Hey there.
And then we got really old movies. So if you like really old movies, give him a follow on Instagram. He posts some really cool posters from
Okay.
back in the day. And he's pretty cool. And of course, Broba. Nice to
Hey,
see you,
Broba.
man. Now, you're not in the chat this evening, so who do you think's gonna bring in the dad jokes?
I don't know. We'll see.
That's a challenge to all of you in the chat to bring in the dad jokes.
You know, I don't trust atoms. They make up everything.
Uh, I don't trust atoms. They make up everything. That's pretty rich.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's pretty. Oh, here you go. Here's Nicole. How's it going? And then we've got Rogue. Rogue shows up here.
Hey,
Good
Rogue.
to see you, man. And then TPC, man, thingy. How's it going? Theme Park Casual.
Hey,
Good to
Theme
see
Park.
you. And then R2's asking as his avatar. Did you draw your avatar? Is what he's asking.
No.
No. Okay, so someone
No.
else did that for him. Okay.
No, the computer did it, actually.
Oh, the computer did it. Okay, so you did one of those.
I cheated a little with this one.
Yeah, I kind of like those.
It was a photo. But
okay, I kind of like those in a way. Like if you don't really want to spend the time to do it, but you want something quick, right?
yeah.
But, it doesn't beat the natural way of doing it. But I wasn't really good. I went to school for art, but I wasn't a portrait drawer, or I wasn't a life drawer. I was more into the graphic side of it, like
Yeah.
the like aesthetic design or logo design or like web design, that kind of stuff. I wasn't really into. Wasn't really great at the in-person drawing. I did it, but I wasn't the best. But that's why I admire people like Jinja Ninja and stuff like that because they do really good.
I've done a few portraits for people.
Okay, okay, that's cool. So you must be decently at it if you can do portraits.
Yeah.
If you
not to gloat, but I never went to school for it.
Oh, okay. Well, most people don't. I spend a lot of money for no reason, and I went anyways. But it's okay.
Yeah, I've always liked sketching. So.
Okay. Yeah. So if anyone wanted to follow you on Twitter or anything, they could follow you here at Jacob Ironside. What made you pick? Oh, go ahead.
There's a link to Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, it's in the box down below. I was going to ask you, what made you pick the name Jacob Ironside?
Well, Ironside. I like what Ironside means. It means a hero of great courage or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you like that? So all right.
Yeah.
A hero of great courage. All right. Very cool. So I'll count on you.
Some I've had people ask me, "Are you kin to Michael Ironside?"
Okay.
But I'm not.
There you go. Here's Brub. He's trying it. I always take an extra pair of socks when golfing in case I get a hole in one. Would you rate that one pretty good or?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Because you are the king of dad jokes.
Am I?
You are on my channel. Okay. You are on here. So let's see. Rick says, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Well. We'll give him that one. And then, so he's saying Michael Ironside is awesome. Yeah, Broba. He's pretty cool.
What do you call a werewolf that doesn't know he's a werewolf?
What do you call a werewolf that doesn't know he's a werewolf?
An werewolf.
An unaware-wolf. Ah, okay. I like that one. That's a good one. Let's see here. Y'all know I can still remember the last thing my granddad said before he kicked the bucket. Hey, how far y'all think I can kick this bucket? That's a good one. That's pretty funny. And then Sam Fisher is one of my favorite characters. Okay, Barbara, that's pretty cool.
Sam Fisher.
Yeah. Let's see. Why didn't Han Solo like his steak? It was too chewy. Hmm. What would you rate that one?
I don't know.
4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. 4.
I'd
Okay.
go 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 out of 5. You got a 2 out of 5 really old movies. But glad to have you here. Don't be discouraged. Keep trying.
Yeah.
Groucho Marx movies are great. Yeah, they're pretty fun. He's a good comedian.
Yeah.
He was old school person. So yeah, what made you want to keep saying the dad jokes? Like, it's just kind of fun to do for
I don't know.
you?
Just kind of fell into it.
Well, I enjoy it, and please do not stop doing it. I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 out of 5. Ouch. Well, I mean, sorry. He's the king, so. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So what other things do you plan on doing for your channel besides? Are you just going to keep doing movie reviews or the art streams? Do
Well,
you plan on doing anything else?
for right now, just keep doing movie reviews. But I've also got the first Tuesday of every month is Twilight Zone. I
Oh
review
yeah,
2
yeah.
Twilight Zone episodes.
So you're reviewing the the classic
Right.
version of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Now I've watched those before. I think I've watched maybe the first season of the Twilight Zone, but I also watched Alfred Hitchcock, the one he did.
One.
I always thought those were always they made you think a
Yeah.
little bit, like, and you didn't, sometimes you couldn't really guess. You kind of had to, it wasn't like
Yeah.
just blatant. You had to really understand like what was going on, or you were completely shocked, and you were either at you were at the end and you were like, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of I usually pick a theme around my bad graphic design. So since you're like the king of dad jokes, there's a lot of toilet humor out there.
Oh no.
So we're gonna cover some toilet humor, bad graphic design for you. So when you go to the urinal, you kind of want to keep yourself a little private, right? You don't like people looking at you, right, too much. But what happens if you had Hawkeye looking at you?
Is that real?
It is real.
Oh my goodness.
I love it when people come in and go, "Is that real?"
My
Yes.
goodness. What? And why pick that angle,
Oh, he's looking right at you and he's judging your arrow.
Yeah, that's, my goodness. Was that in a movie theater or something?
I'm gonna say probably. I'm guessing someone put a little joke. They were in a movie theater, sliced it up, and then stuck it on there. So,
Wow.
but yeah, Wookie, it's okay that you're late. No worries, man. We're just getting started. As you can tell, Hawkeye will be judging you, in all kinds of angles. I don't know if I would use this. Must be the cleanest urinal in the restroom because no one would want to be here, I would assume. So
Yeah, get some of the the paper towels that are on a roll and just cover the sign.
He's even got that like kind of like a questionable look on his face.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're packing, he's judging. That is very true. He's making sure you don't miss the target. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, no, there you go. Hey, Nomi, nice to see you. She was here last
Hello
week.
there.
We had a great time. But let's see. Yeah, that is a really good comment there.
Yeah,
really old movies. He's making sure you don't miss the target. Yeah, he's really concerned though, like that you don't. Now, some people, this might bother some people, but I don't know if you've ever been in a meeting and you really have to go. And this meeting room offers quick access.
What? Oh, come on.
Again, this is real. So it's never, most people, They might read on the toilet. You'll get a whole audience here.
Man.
Again, I'm not sure if I would do this, but I'm not sure if I would be in this meeting room, to be honest. I'm
Are,
not
are
sure
those
what
chairs on wheels?
they are on wheels. Yes, it's like they're like those real big, nice, comfy chairs too. So
Yeah.
you can really just lay back and um,
Yeah.
hook up. Focus groups, yeah, know me. Focus groups. Who gets a standing ovation? I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're judging everything. Beard of Liberty. Just what? What are you showing me? I don't know,
I
man.
mean,
Again,
that kind of looks like a storeroom / bathroom, maybe.
yeah, maybe it used to be a bathroom and they opened up
Yeah.
the wall. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see here. That teepee is so far away. Yeah, you're gonna have to get up to use it.
Yeah, to get that.
So everyone's judging your entire setup here. If you're how you're getting up, how you're using it, where you're going, and again, I don't even see a sink, so I'm not even sure.
Yeah, the toilet championship.
Oh yeah, toilet championship. That's pretty funny. Now, okay. Let's get real serious here. Let's get to a real serious bathroom. They wanted to make sure this bathroom looked awesome. It's probably in a restroom or anything like that. So they wanted to make sure this
Oh,
bathroom
that's just
was the best looking
no.
bathroom with some cool design. Mm, yeah.
Wow. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Is wow.
Everything's spotless in here except for the walls. So
They wanted an artsy background, you know.
someone wanted an
So
artsy background. Yeah. And they
they just chose the unfortunate color of brown.
yep, there's brown on the, even on the trim down there, they pick some brown.
Yeah.
So again, I'm judgment call, right? What's who
Yeah.
decided to do this? It's almost like they painted the walls before they put everything on. This could be one of
Yeah.
those bathrooms in where Joker hangs out in the asylum.
Probably. Yeah.
It's probably in one of those. Yeah, I'm sure he's
Yeah.
there. I like how everyone's just kind of talking to themselves. They're just ignoring this one completely.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys! You can't say one thing about this at all. You're like, yes, here we go. Scariff After Dark. They were on a couple weeks ago. Did someone poop on the walls? Yeah. That's pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I have. You have pooped on the walls, Joker voice.
Oh,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna. Let's see. I said something, but it got lost in the chat. You must have said something pretty crazy then. I don't know, but yeah. When Taco Bell hits. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
no,
What?
just
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a Taco Bell. That looks like a Taco Bell bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
could
might
be.
be a Taco Bell bathroom.
It could be a lot of them. It could be one of those
Or
Ertos.
it almost looks like maybe a what's that place called? Panera. You ever heard of that
Oh,
place?
Panera. Okay, maybe
It
a
almost
Panera. Yeah,
almost
maybe.
looks like that, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they kept it somewhat clean. Someone needs to put the
Yeah.
toilet seat down though. What? You've never felt like a finger painting while on the toilet? No, no
No.
one's
No.
ever
No.
wanted
No.
to do a finger painting on
No.
the toilet.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. I know a bar in Vegas that on the back of the toilet was an ultra clean spot with writing "Use cocaine here." Huh. You fascinate me, Joker, every time.
Crazy.
Let's see here. I used to work in a store where more than a few times people would wipe their deposit on the walls. Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
gross.
that's just not right.
No, not at all. That's actually really gross.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I think if I went to that bathroom, it would be
I've
like
been
poster.
clenching my butthole in fear all week.
Oh,
yeah, I would not be using that bathroom at all.
yeah,
So
wasn't expecting that. Ooh,
so there you go. There's a little bit of toilet humor for you.
okay.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was funny too when I searched it. I was like, I wonder if there's anything crazy like that out there. And sure enough, you would never know how
I mean,
much what you
there's so
find.
many people that don't think what this is going to look like, you know?
Yeah, they don't really consider like step back and then look at it and visually
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so yeah, those were some crappy pictures. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Good job. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joker Voice always brings in the craziness. I'm glad he comes by, but he always just shows us the light of the seediness of Vegas.
Yeah.
So, well, before we get on to our next thing, now I like to pitch the game, Dragon Champions. Have you had a chance to try it out?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I guess I must not be doing a great job pitching it. But you know of it, right? Because I talk about it a lot on
Yeah,
this.
I've heard of it.
Again, I do not get anything from them. I just really think it's a great game. And I am supportive of the Salty Nerd group over there, and it's a fun little group of people. So if you ever do want to check out the game, you definitely can. It's just a free game. There is literally no ads on it. Like I have not seen one except for their own. So you don't get any of that kind of stuff. But you can collect up to 50 heroes. You get some cool stuff, and you get to just kind of hang out and run raids and have a good time. I actually enjoy it to where you meet some other people in there. Me and Broba play it. He does play it. So, it's a good game to check out. And then if you do, I do know of people. I know of some people that would give you some nice little credits. And the name is Salty, so you just gotta put that in there, and they'll give you some cool stuff. Yes, tonight's show is sponsored by Dragon Champ, but it's not sponsored. It's unsponsored. I can't remember where that's from, but it's an unsponsored ship. So yeah, the DC crew. You're right. Yeah, we kind of hang out and we kind of discuss tips and stuff like that in the Salty Nerd Discord. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Hey JT, Dragon Traps emailed your sponsorship check to the After the Weekend account again. Oh, is that what happened? Okay. Well, I'm glad they're paying you then.
That's good.
Speaking of games, I don't mean to show off, but I just got a 13 kill win in Fortnite. Whoa, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's pretty tough, actually, especially for him. Do you play a lot of first-person games or first-person shooter games or anything like that, or do you play games at all?
No.
Okay.
I have, but nothing like on a console or something.
Okay.
Like on phone.
Okay, you mostly play on your phone. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind the phone games. Like I said, the Dragon Champions is completely mobile. There's some other ones out there that are pretty fun. Yeah. So you're not a big gamer then?
Not particularly.
Okay. All right. So as you know, before we get into the main topic, we got one more thing to kind of go. We got one thing to go over here, and this is the Caps freak out video.
Oh, I thought you combined the freak out with the
toilet.
The toilet stuff.
No, I would never do that.
No. Oh, okay.
So you know what parkour is, right? You've seen that. Okay. Yeah. And so this guy was going to try to do that on his own, and it didn't really go too well.
Oh no! I see it. What's going to happen already?
And he's already in set, ready to do this too. He's got a whole audience, and he's he's so focused.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he kind of gets it right in the keister there.
It's not a good spot to land on. No. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, 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 no. Hardcore parkour. Yeah, that reminds me
Parkour
of
no more.
yeah, that reminds me of that on The Office
Oh yeah, yeah.
when they're
Parkour,
parkouring.
parkour.
Yeah, and they're trying to jump into the trash can and stuff
And they're
like
just
that.
knocking lamps off, breaking
Well,
stuff.
at least he did. Yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty funny. Well, at least he didn't end up hiding in the bullyard. Oh, okay. Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
No children for him, says Cannoli. Who needs a lower spine
Well,
anyway?
that's why you shouldn't put like warning labels on things. You know.
You shouldn't put warning labels, or you
Yeah,
should.
yeah. It weeds out the
Uh,
not so bright ones.
yeah, yeah. That was that was pretty bad. That was
Yeah,
like
that was painful.
Then there's
I've
the
been
poster.
clenching my butthole in fear all week.
Goodness.
that's pretty much what he's gonna do there is that so
Yeah.
but that's pretty funny there. So the main
Who
topic
knows? Who
well, go
knows? The
ahead.
next day he was probably trying it again.
You know what? He probably did, and maybe he was successful at it.
You know
But
what?
they only show
Try
the fails.
try small things first. Don't just go for it.
Have you seen the people that do the parkour and they're like literally on like 2-story,
Yeah,
3-story,
yeah,
4-story buildings and they jump to another one?
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I would I don't know if I would do that, to be
Yeah,
honest. I think I would I
yeah,
think I would have to second guess that one. But
yeah,
I've seen other videos where the way they land and they like twist their leg or I don't know why
yeah.
people keep doing that, but some people are really good at it. So
Well,
I-
some people, start off small, learn
okay,
before they go jumping
yeah,
from a peg
jumping
to a peg.
to a peg to a peg. I've seen you ever seen that when you ever play that game when you're a little kid, Leapfrog?
Yeah,
I've seen people try to do that with those things, and
yeah.
that also ends pretty badly. So, but yeah. Um, So, before we get into our main topic of discussion, I did ask you if what was something you wanted to kind of discuss, and you brought up like mysteries of like
Right. Mysterious
shipwrecks or
disappearances.
mysterious disappearances or shipwreck. Like last week we
When,
did the
when
411. Yeah.
yeah, when you sent me that asking me, I was looking at the actual disappearances from Close Encounters. So
Okay.
I was kind of
Okay.
had that mind frame.
Oh, real quick here. Every time someone says parkour, yeah, me too. I
Yeah, me too.
I think it's hilarious. Um, so I went searching on the net. I was like, okay, what kind of I just didn't want to pick like a typical shipwreck. Like I didn't want to go Titanic. Like that everybody knows what happened there and how Jack got murdered by Rose. But we don't want to get into that. But then we also, I didn't want to pick. I just wanted kind of pick something like maybe most people wouldn't know about.
Yeah,
And
I'd never heard of it.
yeah, this one is a interesting story because it is over with a major historic U.S. historic event that most people know about. That happened like when we were pretty young of a country
Yeah,
in the early 1800s. So this is we're going to call this Lost at Sea, and this is the story about a Theodosia Burr's disappearance.
yeah,
Now, most people don't really know who she is. Um, Now, just to give a quick summary before we get into this, on New Year's Eve in 1812, the Odessa Burr Austin boarded a ship around sorry, bounded for New York to reunite with her father after the death of her child, and she never made it home. So America was introduced to a scandal of unprecedented proportions when an ex-vice president's daughter and wife of South Carolina governor Joseph Alston was lost at sea. So she was lost at sea. He wasn't, but
yeah,
she was pretty famous at this time, and she was a daughter of a politician. Most people thought she was very, very beautiful. And she So this would be equivalent to any of the current politicians' kids going missing
Yeah.
today. Yeah, so you could probably name a few. So if you think off the top of your head, you could probably say, okay, I get that. Um, Now, who was her father? Well, her father was a pretty powerful man. He was part of America's public foundation with Aaron Burr. His parents was a notary of of her father. Though not particularly scandalous herself, Theodosia Burr's life was extremely linked. I'm sorry, incredibly linked to that of her father, who did lead a scandalous one. So this is Aaron Burr. He's literally he was vice president to Thomas Jefferson, and um, so he was during his term he was charged with murder and put on trial for
Oh,
treason.
it was
And
during his term.
Yeah, it was during his term, yeah. And escaped to Europe. So he was a vice president of I think he was the third vice president of the United States of America. And that's pretty cool. And that but he had his daughter. Theodessa was born in Albany, New York in June 21st, 1783. She was thought to be her father's only surviving child, and as such was groomed like a son to carry the family legacy. Now, there's some different things about this. He may have had some other kids later or with other people, but his main his kid that he had during his term, like when he was a
Right.
politician and leading up to all of this, he was this was like soon to be his only child. So, but yeah, so again, he's pretty famous, right? He's one of our founding fathers. He's been around. He was around the signing of our independence and all of that. So but yeah, he wanted to make sure she kind of led his name because she could have been the only one. So again, she kind of lived kind of in that time a tough life. Um, so despite her father's political clout and her own brilliance, life was not so easy for Burr. In 1794, Aston's mother died, and the 11-year-old was forced to continue her studies while also managing the family's residence. So there you go. So at
Wow.
11, she kind of had to like handle the house. Because her original mom,
That's pretty big.
yeah, died, and then her dad was a politician, so he was off doing whatever. Yeah, so she literally had to take care of the homes at
Yeah.
11. So if you kind of chuckle, right? Because nowadays some of the kids, would you think
Yeah.
11-year-old would take care of a home?
Yeah. People, kids back then, they grew up
Differently.
fast. They grew up.
They
I
did.
mean, they grew up fast.
Yes. So she's already 11. She's already kind of living this hard life. She also spoke like 5 different languages, which is crazy.
Wow.
At that time. I don't know if I mean, nowadays that would be really impressive as well. But yeah, she spoke many languages. She did a lot of studies because again, Aaron wanted her to be kind of something later on. In 1800, 2 more events changed the course of her life. First, she met Joseph Alston, a planter from South Carolina. The two married a year later and moved to his plantation, the Oaks in South Carolina. They became the first couple to honeymoon at the Niagara Falls. So that's pretty cool. She got married. She got to be the governor's wife, and then she was the first couple to honeymoon at Niagara Falls. So she was pretty big time, right? So
Yeah.
now you
Sounds
know
like it.
how now you can see how famous she was. So this again, this is equivalent to someone today that you can probably name. It could be one of the Trump
Yeah.
children. It could be one of the Clintons' daughters, or any of those people that you could probably pull out of your head right now to name any few
Yeah.
kids that are politicians. So she was pretty famous. A lot of people in here are saying some things. Yeah, there is something coming up, and I don't want to give it up too soon. But yeah, Aaron Burr did something really famous that most people know about. Um, See, polygons were more common in the U.S. in those days. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. So, now this is the big story that everyone knows about her and her father. So, Aaron Burr was a part of a duel with Alexander Hamilton. Do you know about this story?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
So
famous one.
yeah, it's a pretty famous one, right? So Aaron Burr had success. However, it was briefly while in office, he butted heads with Alexander Hamilton. The two men were on opposite ends of the spectrum, and moreover, generally disliked each other. So this is like you could probably think of other politicians now that really hate each other,
Yeah.
right?
This would be like like a member of the Republican Party going up against a Democrat.
Yeah, it could
I
definitely
challenge
be.
you, sir.
Yeah, this could be one of those what you can think of, right? You can or they just can't stand each other. Um Nevertheless, Burr and Hamilton,
I
they
mean,
had like a
it's kind of
15
weird
year.
too because back then the duels were pretty common.
Yeah, and I'm gonna mention something about that too. So they had a 15-year rivalry that came to head in 1804 when Burr caught wind of some scathering insults Hamilton had made about him. So this is like if someone like made fun of him on Twitter at a political dinner. Burr challenged Alexander to a duel. Now, at this time, duels, yes, you said duels were pretty. People did them. There
Yeah.
between, I think there was quite a few hundred of them going on at the time. Um, and but at this time, New York, where they were living, and New Jersey, it was a no-no. Like it was against the law to do. So if you were going to do one, you had to travel outside of those states. Um, so yeah, Hamilton, they did their duel, ended officially on the morning of July 11th, 1804, when two men met in New Jersey. So they went to New Jersey because the reason why they went to New Jersey was because their
Still legal.
rules. Well, it was, but they weren't so aggressive on it. Like New York was very aggressive on it. They were saying you can't do this. This is we're moving on from this type
Yeah.
of fight. New Jersey was like you can do it, kinda. We won't really say it. So they went to did a shootout, and Hamilton was shot in the abdomen, and Burr was wanted for murder. Now the reason why he was wanted for murder, like I said, they weren't too aggressive on it, and they were probably going to let it go if no one died. And then some other notes on this is what happened was Hamilton decided to shoot over his shoulder and just kind of like, I'm not gonna really kill you, bro. Like this is all for fun and games. I'm just gonna scare you. And Burr thought it otherwise and shot
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So
Must have
they
been.
were there was supposed to be some gentleman agreement on that, and apparently that never happened. And yeah, so that's why they went after him for murder.
Yes,
So yeah,
Burr was
yeah,
pretty angry.
yeah. They did again. This is literally probably like two people that we know today. That honestly dislike each other. And on the YouTube world, this could
Yeah.
be some people that we know recently that dislike each other. Honestly, we need to bring a really old movie
This is
says,
like a
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I lost my train of thought there. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Sorry. I was gonna say, really old movies was saying that bringing back dueling would solve so many disagreements. Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
Um,
There would be
so
a lot of duels and retribution,
yeah, I think people
and
would
it'd be a mess.
question fighting with people over silly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Maria's here. Nice to see you. Good to see you here. Glad you can make it. So yeah. So again, she was a daughter of a famous politician, a wanted man. She was taking care of the house, and so she was very, very important to him. So there you go. So when Burr learned the murder charges had been laid against him, he fled to South Carolina to meet his daughter. Um, she was ill 2 years prior during a difficult delivery of her son, and she never fully recovered. So she got really sick, and her son,
Yeah.
I think, uh, barely made it. So she was kind of just already struggling, and now she has to deal with the stress of her father being wanted for
Yeah.
murder. Meanwhile, her father looked for ways to escape the law. By the end of 1806, Thomas Jefferson had him arrested for treason. Now, he was the vice president of Thomas Jefferson, right?
Right.
He was like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, seriously? Like, come on." So he arrested him despite of her ill health. Theodosia and her husband traveled to be with her father's trial, even though he was acquitted in 1807, September 1st. Burr became the target of public outrage and tarnished his own daughter's reputation in the process. So she was like trying to support him. Everyone was down on him, like,
Yeah.
this is, you should be hung for this, or you should go to jail or
I
whatever.
mean,
Yeah.
if it was semi-legal, they both agreed to it. They were both shooting at each other. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Now, I think it was all because of that gentleman's agreement. They were going to just kind of, but that never happened. Um, Maybe he just didn't get the word of it. And again, in June of 1808, Burr Aaron fled to Europe, and over the next 4 years, Theodosia campaigned to have her father allowed back into the United States. So again, she's
yeah.
not too healthy at this moment in her life. I think she's having some trouble with her health, like I said, and now she's got stress over her father, and that sort of thing. So she kept campaigning to bring him back. Finally, she was able to do it, and he was able to come back to the country in 1812. But during that same year, tragedy struck her again, where her son died, the one that she had, from malaria, and the child's death took a heavy toll on her. And she
Yeah.
did say this, quoted, "There is no more joy for me," she wrote. "The world is blank, and I have lost my boy." So she was like literally on the
Oh
she was
yeah.
on the brink of like, "I'm just done. This is crazy. I can't do this. Um, I can't do this anymore." I don't think she was living a very good life at this moment. Um,
Yeah.
at her time. And she probably had a lot of stress going on. So
And also to never to know that you'll never be able to have another kid.
yep, yep, yeah. And I think that's what happened. She was just at that time, she was the governor's daughter, so yeah, she was probably or not daughter, wife, so she was probably needed to fulfill some things there. As a proposed change of scene, in hopes of recovering from her loss, Theodessa decided to set sail for New York to be with her father. So he was coming back. And she wanted to go see him, and she thought that would make her a little bit happy. And her husband had just had just been elected governor of South Carolina the same year, and he could not accompany her. So he was going to go, but he decided not to. Worried for her safety, Burr organized for a doctor, Timothy Green, to accompany his daughter to New York. I didn't mention, I didn't put it here, but this was Burr still had some clout, and so did the governor. And they ordered the ship called the Patriot. It was a schooner, and it was
Yeah.
a military ship. So this was kind of like a military uh, uh, entourage. So she had guards around her. She had protection. So this would be if, like, she was on one of the Air
Yeah.
Force Ones or something like that. So she was supposed to get
I mean,
where she was supposed to be.
look at the
So on
date.
December,
Look at the dates there too. 1812. I mean, that's
yeah, 1812, the War of 1812. You're right. See, there's another. You're getting, man. See, we're getting there.
yeah.
On December 31st, 1812, um, Austin boarded a small schooner called the Patriot. Said that the ship departed Georgetown into the open sea and then was never seen again. The crew, the captain, the doctor, her vanished, gone. No one knew what happened. No evidence of what happened. Um, just completely gone. Now, that's pretty wild, right? Because you just said 1812. then there's the War of
Yeah.
1812, right? He was Aaron Burr was a no one really, not a lot of people liked him too
Yeah.
much. Um, and she was a famous daughter. So she probably had some wealth with her, right?
Right.
Um, so since no one knew what really happened, there was a lot of speculation. So at first, Aaron and Joseph let out a hope that she would turn up safely, but by February, it's almost like a good month and a half, they kind of gave up. Um, and this was my boy and my wife are gone both. This is this then is the end of all my hopes we had formed. So her husband was pretty distraught about this, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Um, so he wrote this to Aaron Burr. 3 years later, Joseph passed away. And then Burr lingered on for another 23 years, but both men were forced to endure countless folk tales describing the disappearance of Theodosia Burr before they could rest. So a lot of people were coming up with all kinds of crazy theories. Before I get into some of those theories, what do you think happened?
Well, I've read some of the theories, so
Okay.
the
We'll get into it then.
I think one of the things that led to the war was British paying privateers, to sink ships and stuff.
Yep.
So
And
that it could have been something to do with the war. I mean, because it was a warship. It
mhm,
could have been privateers. It could have been British sunk
right.
it, maybe.
So that is one of the theories. Yes. So there was an actual article in 1820 that came out. It's called the New York Advertiser. It reported that privateers boarded the Patriot, confessed to taking over the Patriot 2 or 3 days into the journey and trapping everyone in the hold, stealing all their valuables, and sinking the boat. But certain details contradict their account. The men said they were had remained calm for 3 days, but this was not true. There was a storm. They also claimed that the Patriot had left Charleston when it actually departed Georgetown. So who knows
Yeah,
if this is real? But I guess some people came out and said, "Yeah,
and
we did it."
it could have been a storm too.
Yeah, and a storm and um, anything's possible. A Joker voice says she turned to piracy and became the inspirations of Pirates of the Caribbean. She is
Yeah.
known as Jacqueline Sparrow. That's pretty funny. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's see here. So other stories and theories about this at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Alexandria, Virginia. There is a mysterious grave belonging to a female stranger. According to lore, a man and woman arrived in Alexandria in 1816. The woman was very sick, and the doctor was summoned. The couple would not answer any questions about their identity. The woman died soon after, and some believe the couple was the Odessa and Dr. Green. So I mean, who knows? So that's
Yeah.
one theory there. In 1869, Dr. William Poole and his daughter Anna encountered a painting in the home of his patient Polly Mann uh, in Nag's Head, North Carolina. Both were drawn to the portrait, which Anna recalled was of a beautiful young woman about 25 years of age. After questioning his patient about the painting, Dr. Poole became convinced that it was Burr Alston. Um, Mann told Anna that the painting was found by her deceased husband, Joseph Tillett, inside the cabin of a shipwrecked schooner near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Hmm.
So that's pretty
Interesting.
fascinating, right? So
Yeah.
there's a painting of her, supposedly, or there was, that someone it washed up the shore, and someone discovered that, and Kitty Hawk, that's pretty close to the shore, so
Yeah.
who knows? But again, the ship went completely missing. No one knew where it went. There was another theory about some, like an Indian chief or something like that, found a nude, beautiful white woman on the beach, and he married her, made her his chief queen or something. That's literally there. That's
Yeah.
the theory. But everybody thought that wasn't true either. But there you go. There's some theories about Theodosia Burr and her disappearance. I just thought this was a very
Yeah,
fascinating story because not only was she a political daughter, a daughter of a politician, it was
but
just it wasn't
connected to a pretty
yeah big.
pretty big event in American history.
Yeah, she was connected to one of the craziest, scandalous things that happened early on in our U.S. history,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, her story kind of got lost, like she did in the sea. Um, but until recently, when they started doing the Hamilton play, there is a couple songs in that play that I think there's one or two that sing about her.
Hmm,
Um, but
interesting.
and they got people thinking, who is this? And it's pretty crazy because, like I said, she was connected not only to that big event, a big person in U.S. history, and then also, like you mentioned, the year was 1812. So um, maybe she was one of the first victims of what you mentioned about the
Yeah.
uh, privateers taking over,
Privateers.
taking like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do agree with Joker. This could be it. This could be
Probably.
this probably fact here. Maybe she was
And,
sick and tired of everything. She
it
wanted to
was
be a pirate.
probably what's her name? Jennifer
Jennifer Lawrence.
Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Jennifer Lawrence could have saved her. She was around.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you like that story. I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That was a neat story.
It's a
Interesting.
different story that's not the typical,
Yeah.
a boat sank
Yeah.
and people were missing. It's actually some nice little background to that. So I think that's pretty cool. And
Yeah. That was
like
a
I said,
good one.
the duel itself was pretty fascinating. That could be a whole nother video on the history of that thing, but most people know
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Again,
want to read
what?
about Jim Bowie's duels he had. Pretty rough.
Okay, Jim Bowie. Okay, I could look
Yeah.
that up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people did that. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
thing.
There's
So,
a
especially
lot of
out
people did
west,
it.
where
Yeah.
they're like, that it still went on, even though it wasn't happening on the East Coast. So, too much. But yeah. Let's see here. Joker says, I think both sides of the disagreement should have been forced to watch more Rings of Power, Witcher, Blood of Origins, and Velma on a loop for 40 hours. I don't know if they had
Yeah.
streaming. Yeah.
I don't know if they would know what a TV is.
Yeah, they don't. Joker, you know what decade this was in, right?
Yeah.
People say here, I thought this one funny. I did pop up. I didn't want to highlight it, but it says disagreement should be settled by a children's card game on motorcycles. That's pretty funny. So yeah. So Maria, you said you haven't been in a while, but yeah, Bigfoot is coming up here.
Yeah.
So you haven't missed it. But it is coming.
I have a dual joke.
You have a dual joke.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
found a dual
ready.
joke. I
I'm
was
ready.
confident I could win the duel until my opponent swung his sword at my ankles. Alas, I was defeated.
I don't have a laugh track. I need to find one of those. That's what I need. I was kind of thinking,
Like
it took me a minute.
The duel in what is it? Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
Tis but a scratch.
Yeah. Everybody's like, that's good. That's they're laughing at your joke. That's right. Yeah, you're just fine, Maria. You're good. Bigfoot's coming. That's a good joke. I do appreciate. Again, I do appreciate the dag jokes. So please keep them coming. So yeah, since Maria's really answering about the Bigfoot stuff here, let's go ahead and get that started. All right, so we have an actual new report here, and I didn't bring this up in November because I had some other stuff to cover, but this happened in November of this year. But there is newly discovered footage of Bigfoot in Provo, Utah.
Wow.
You know where Provo, Utah is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
is it in Utah?
it is in Utah, but it's like I think it's in the northern part of Utah.
Okay.
And so so in footage shot back in 2019, a strange creature was seen wandering across the icy foothills of Utah. So Austin Craig and his pals witnessed the sighting near northeast Provo when they saw what they believed to be a big humanoid monster waking up the mountains. Whoa. You can just see something that's maybe once in a century discovery and go grab your 9 to 5 job, he told Fox News. You got to go look for fur or footprints for some kind of evidence. So this was filmed a while ago, but wasn't submitted. So let's see if we can.
Seriously, look how big it is.
You see it back
I
there?
don't think it is a human.
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
It was a bluebird January morning here in the foothills.
So like you could see him kind of back there, kind of hovering, but this guy's caught the video, and this guy right here caught the video back in 2019, but then he finally told people about it. And yeah, he it looked like Bigfoot. So he also got some other stuff here too.
Career exploring places people have never gone before in search of new species. So far, no Bigfoot or anything like it.
There's something back there walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this Eric Rickhart guy is finding Bigfoot over there in Provo. So let's go back to the one here. So I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit, but you can kind of see him back there, kind of
Yeah.
standing. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? It's a Bigfoot?
Wish I could zoom in on it.
Yeah, I know, right? What's wish the guy like I'm already zoomed in. Look at this guy. He looks like a Bigfoot. But there it is. It's kind of like right there. Yeah, they didn't zoom in or anything, but
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell unless it was moving. It could be a bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. So let me get that article back up here. But yeah, he says when he goes hiking, he tries to search for more of the Bigfoot. Sometimes some people say maybe it was a bear. But it was kind of standing up on 2 legs. He said bears don't do that too often. But there you go. He works at the Utah's Natural History Museum. So
so he would probably know that
it was a
it's
bear.
Yeah, or not.
Mm-hmm. Provo is an hour south of Salt Lake. Okay, cool. Thanks. I wasn't quite sure where it was, but I didn't know it was up that way. Hey, look at Horny Elf's here. Good to see you, man. You got a nice little logo there. Yeah. Nah, that ain't me. That's not you, Cannoli.
Are you sure?
Are you sure, man? Be careful in your Utah, dude.
Yeah.
This guy right here will catch you. Well, watch out for what was his name again? Dr. Eckhart. Yeah, watch out for him.
Yeah. Watch out for that too.
Yeah, he had a killer mustache.
Yeah.
He sure did.
The show Survivor Man?
Yeah, I know Survivor Man. Yeah.
He did a whole season on Bigfoot.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
oh, look, as soon as we talk about Bigfoot and Yetis, look who pops in.
Yetis and Sasquatches are everywhere.
Yeah, you just say the word and they come. They come out. They just come out of the woodwork. You say Yeti and from the land.
Speak of the Yeti and they shall appear.
Yeah. Like Cannoli's been here a little bit, but he only makes comments when his name is said. And then you've got Yeti coming in whenever we talk about Bigfoot.
See, let's try something. Sasquatch.
Sasquatch Yeti.
See if they say anything now.
Next, we're gonna have Wendigo sightings. Yeah. Zing. Phrasing. I know. Thanks, man. I'm live.
Yeah, that Survivor Man Bigfoot. He goes out with a guy in Oregon. Is it Oregon? I think it's somewhere in the
Okay.
Pacific Northwest, and this guy's like been tracking a group of Bigfoot that live in their area, and he's
Okay.
got some footage that looks pretty realistic. I mean,
Okay. I'll check it out. Survivor Man.
close up stuff.
Okay. Yeah. There was a discussion on Twitter the other
Yeah.
day between who was smarter, a Sasquatch or a Yeti. What do you think?
Interesting.
So who do you think will be smarter, a
I don't
Yeti
know.
or a Sasquatch? I mean, they're kind of like the
Well, the
uncles
Yeti lives up.
of the wildlife. Like they're like
Yeah.
uncles of wildlife, right? The drunk crazy uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
They're
bear.
like,
They're like,
they're
oh
like-
great, Yeti's here. You know. Let's see. Those extra inches come in handy, Yeti. Oh man, what have they got going on here? Yeti and cannoli cage match covered in baby oil. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's
Hey, Alf is definitely smart. Well, you're an alien, so
yeah.
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 But we can talk about you next stream about aliens. Sasquatch is smarter by far. Okay, by far. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you also have the what is it, the
They should
swamp
just
ape?
fight a duel.
They should fight a duel.
Yeah.
Yeti and Sasquatch should do a full on duel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I think that would be great.
so one of
Figures
them needs to
Wookiee
get a
would have.
glove and slap the other one in the face. You know.
Yeah. Well, Wookiees are
Challenge.
aliens, right?
Yeah.
Would you want a match between a Yeti? No, I mean they're not. Wookiees aren't Sasquatches.
No, they're
We should fight.
something else.
You should. That would be great. You eat snow, Yeti. People pee in snow. Wow, this is fantastic. We got a great little thing going on here.
Yeah.
I think it was decided that Sasquatchers on Twitter were smarter than a Yeti. So
Yeah. I mean, Yeti lives up in the snow, so
yeah, and like he even says he pees in that snow.
yeah.
And then it goes in the river and you drink that water. Oh. Oh boy. We got a like you said, a duel of the mysterious creatures.
Yeah. In the stream right here, we have a duel.
Yeah, just remember, I've caught in a Bigfoot before.
It's Bigfoot! Could you back up a bit, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus.
And you know what I just remembered that I didn't get to do for you, and I do apologize because I do want to congratulate you on starting getting rolling on YouTube and
Yeah, thank you.
and having that, and you never got a cap band. So there you go. Never
Hey,
got one.
thank you.
Oh, they're still going here. I'm in Arizona. We don't have water. Yeah, that's true. We don't.
Yeah.
It's all made. It's all man-made, kind of. Wookiee, Wendigo versus Yeti and Sasquatch for a hairy humanoid tag team title. You're like,
Yeah, a Wendigo is like something completely different than a
Joker does not know what he's talking about.
ape.
Wendigo is not an alien. Wookiee's an alien. Alf is an alien. It would be Wookiee, Alf, Yeti, Sasquatch.
Yeah. A Wendigo is like a evil shape-shifting
Right.
monster.
Yeah. They're it's okay. It's all right. Joker,
Yeah.
he hangs out with people named Penguin, so I mean, I'm sure does have the best judgment. So it's been great having you on, man. We're coming up here on the hour.
Thanks
I had
for me.
Yeah, I always enjoy you in the chat. I really appreciate it. And I see you in a lot of other places, and I think that's awesome. How you support everybody. And again, keep coming with those dad jokes, and I think that would be great. And it looks like they're still gonna talk about these. We'll just let them battle it out in there. Yeah. So but But yeah, it's like I said, it's been great hanging out with you. Is there anything else you want to
No,
share or pitch before you head out?
I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs.
And we'll end it on that. All right, everyone, you have a good night. Thanks for coming by. It was a great show. And
I do have one thing. I have this Tuesday. I have another stream. And I'll be discussing The Princess Bride.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
You'll be I'm not a big fan of that movie. So.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's okay. I like it, but I'm not like it. There's a lot of big fans of it out there. I'm not that big of a fan, but so Tuesday night on Jacob's channel, check it out. He's going to review Princess Bride, and then next Monday, if R2's feeling better, we're going to review Harry and the Hendersons, a Sasquatch movie, and it will be with Nicole. So hopefully, I can. What did I do now? I don't know. I gotta end this. You can text me later. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, everyone, you have a good night. We'll take care. See ya, and have a great
bye,
weekend.
everybody.
All right, see ya.
See ya.